Hi, I'm Nick and this is the TbT channel. Welcome to today's video. Now you will notice I've got help today. These are my granddaughters, Esme and Olivia, and they're staying with us for summer like they usually do. And I'm distracting them with cucumber. Bear with. They are the reason for this particular video today, actually, which is why I've let them sit in on this. They are 8 and 6 years old respectively, that's right. And quite often when we start shooting, or when we started shooting, we were of a certain age, some of us very young, some of us in our 60s. But it's always a case of when should we start shooting? What kind of shooting would we start doing? So I've got the granddaughters here. Now they've both grown up aware of guns because of Granddad's business. So well done. So they're getting to the age where they want to try shooting, and I don't think we're there this year. We're not there yet, but we're getting close. Esme in particular, next summer when they come over, I think we will be there. Now the age of each individual child will depend on the individual child as to when it's suitable for them to start looking. You need a certain kind of, you need to have reached a certain level. Now Esme here, she's very diligent, she's very thoughtful, she's very thorough, she likes rules, she observes rules, and she will tell people off if they break rules. This is great, but she's not quite there yet, in my opinion, for shooting. Olivia here is a bit younger. She really wants to start shooting, but she has the attention span of a squirrel on speed. So we're not going to be starting that just yet. What we are going to be doing when we finish this video is going and buying a small bow and arrow, because that is more suitable for this age group to start with. So the shooting we start with, everybody starts shooting with, is plinking, and that's what we're looking at today. Guns for plinking, suitable guns for different budgets and different ages. Now plinking is, we all do it. I'm pretty sure we all do plinking. Some of us hunt, some of us target shoot, but we all plink in between, because that's just, plinking is another way of saying just sitting with your gun shooting at targets, usually a reactive target. The target version 1.0 is your tin can. It's still probably the best target to start off with. Thank you. So you want to start off shooting in your garden, say. That's where most of us do. The first question you want to ask is, how big an area do you have? If you only have a small back garden, then realistically an air pistol is what you need. You can go and play. You don't have to sit with me. You can go play on the swing, in the paddling pool. No? Okay, sit there then. And when we're looking at spring guns, spring air pistols, or air pistols I should start off with, the most basic kind, just showing it safe, is a spring powered air pistol. Now this is a Webley Tempest. They're not even available anymore. You will have seen in recent videos I've had a £20 air pistol. I think it was the DX17 from Umarex. I've had a £50 air pistol, the record number 2. The thing is with those ones, I tend to give them away. People say, oh, my son's interested in starting shooting, watch that, I'll have that. I think I gave the DX17 away in a competition actually at Christmas. So this is just checking you're not touching the microphone there. You're all right, Liv, you're all right. This is representative of all spring air pistols. The benefits of them are you can pick them up quite cheap. You don't need anything else for a power source. It's simply compress the spring, load it, close it and fire. Quite a slow rate of fire, which isn't a bad thing in my opinion, although it can be tricky for younger people to actually use. So that's one option, and realistically a cheap one of those is going to be the best bet for most people, unless you want to go CO2. So if you look at something like the Crossman 2240, these are about £100 at the moment. It's CO2 activated, so a CO2 canister goes inside of there, pressurizes it, the hammer goes pop and the air goes out, or the CO2 goes out and pushes out the pellet, and it loads via that part there. It's very easy to use, recoil free, decent-ish open sights on it. Plenty of power for knocking over tin cans at longer ranges, but the downside of it is it can be quite noisy. And again, you've only got a single shot in there, so each time you fire it you have to reload it. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you do have the added cost of CO2. You can, if you want to, turn one of those into a miniature carbine like this, put a little stock on it, put a moderator on the front, makes it quieter, but it's very light, still decent power, still pretty good accuracy if I'm honest. And smaller people can use it. It's not too heavy, but we're still single shot. So then we go on to CO2 multi-shot pistols, which take, this one in particular, just again open it up, show it is empty. CO2 goes into the handle and you put a little rotary magazine in there. That little drum holds 8 shots. Get your finger out. And then you can fire it on double action, which is when you pull the trigger, the hammer comes back on its own, turns the drum, or you can do it on single action, pull that back. Thank you. TMI. Never work with children or animals. Like, shush. So that will give you 8 shots, bang, 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 bang. It doesn't encourage accuracy, in my opinion, with children, because they just like to blat away. But I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. If you want a little bit more realism, you can also have it with a blowback operation where the whole top slide goes backwards and forwards with each shot, simulating recoil. And that is good. Go play with your sister on the swing.
No. You're crazy.
Go gaffer tape her up.
No.
Gaffer tape across her mouth. No. Nana shouted chocolate and they've disappeared. I don't know how that happened, but it gives me a little bit more space. They really wanted to be in the video, but I don't think they realised they had to sit still and quiet for quite so long. So that was air pistols, spring powered, single shot, trickier to load, but they're good fun. I think, you know, if you're looking at starting off a youngster, start them off with something like that. CO2 power is good fun, but it starts to increase the cost. Things like that. But if you want to look at rifles, now my first rifle, if I remember correctly, was a Crossman 2240. No, a Crossman 2200 Magnum, which I don't have, but I do have this Smith & Wesson, which is very similar in design. These are great, and you know what, the Crossman 2100 and the 760 Pumpmaster, you can still buy these. They're very lightweight. This one isn't particularly, this one's quite hefty, but the Crossman versions are very lightweight, a hollow synthetic stock. They're made out of monkey metal with a steel liner in where the barrel is. They're recoilless. The triggers are a bit lousy. The power's variable. That's the whole point of a pump up, is you can put different amount of pumps into it. So if you just got a little one in the garden, all you do is 2 or 3 pumps into it and away you go. But it is quite slow to load. So we used them. I was very happy with mine. I really, really, really was. But there's nothing quite like a spring air rifle for learning with. And there's an awful lot of junior guns on the market. But this isn't a current one. This is a BSA Merlin. Now, you could say it's not going to be as accurate as something more modern. The trigger's not going to be as good as maybe something more modern, but you can pick these up for next to nothing. There's these, there's the Webley Jaguars, Rangers, things like that. Lots of 60s, 70s and even 80s guns. You can pick them up at boot fairs and stuff like that for next to nothing. And it's just so tiny and it's so light and it's so pointable. And as far as accuracy goes, you're shooting at tin cans. How accurate does it need to be at short range? You can have more fun with this and a pocket full of pellets and a bunch of tin cans than you can with a 2,000 pound FT gun, because you don't tend to take life quite so seriously when you're shooting one of these. And then you've got, in my opinion, the ultimate plinking rifle, the HW30s. Now, it's not just the ultimate plinking rifle, it's also pretty much the ultimate spring rifle if you don't need full power. This one is in 2.2, it's running at 9 foot-pounds with one of our kits in it, but I mean, they run nicely out the factory. They honestly do. You need to degrease it and polish it and put it back together with proper lube, obviously same as any gun. But realistically, these are so easy to cock. There's next to no effort in the cocking stroke there. They're nice and small, nice and light, and they just work. And unlike a lot of the other stuff, the quality in it, even though it's not really a junior one, we call it a junior one. I think a lot of us try and justify it to she who must be obeyed by, I'm getting it for the grandkids to use. But I don't know a single full-grown adult who doesn't love their HW30. I mean, it seems to be, it's kind of like a, I don't know, not a cult thing, but it's certainly something that we all enjoy. And that was the Amazon man arriving with some batteries so I can do my next video. Hurrah! So, where was I? It's got to be Monday. It really has to be Monday, doesn't it? So, air pistol or air rifle, that choice really comes down to how much space you've got. In a small area, an air pistol is fantastic. In a large area, a rifle is great. Don't go too complicated. Don't go too expensive. Then we come on to targets. And this really, I mean, targets for plinking. It's wherever your imagination takes you. Really, you can spend money on one of these, you know, or something similar where when you hit it, that bit goes up and that bit goes up. So you can see what you're hitting, and there's a bit of string that resets it. The one I've got down in the back garden, which I couldn't be bothered to go and get today, is ducks. And you knock the ducks down, then you hit a reset in the middle and they all pop up again. Absolutely brilliant. But tin cans are good. Plastic soldiers. I've got bags of these. My wife got teasy with having bags of these because all I was doing was destroying them and leaving bits of plastic around the garden. So she got me plaster of Paris and some mould so I could make me little Lego men. Now, these are brilliant. These are probably my favourite targets at the moment. I've got gnomes, I've got Lego men, I've got little houses, Lego blocks, everything. If you haven't seen my HW30 video where I was making and shooting these, I'm going to put a link down below. Take a look at that. Now, bearing in mind this supposedly junior gun running at just 9 foot-pounds in 2.2, I was shooting these out to over 60 metres away. And they're brilliant, and they cost next to nothing to make. They're good fun to make, and if you've got kids, they'll enjoy making them, and they'll enjoy destroying them. And that's it. I just wanted to do a little video with the grandkids here, because they reminded me of it, of where to start with shooting, where we want to start out from. Not, oh, here's the latest, greatest, most expensive thing with all this, that, and the other, and thermal on it. That's great, it's got its place, but so is a £20 air pistol, a £50 air pistol, a £100 air rifle, or a £200 air rifle. There is no such thing as a bad plinking gun. It's just, even a gat gun, it just adds to the challenge. And that's it, that's all this one was about. It was just about plinking and the importance of plinking and why we shouldn't lose sight of it, why we shouldn't just focus on the expensive things all the time. But anyway, I'm going to get on and do some more important videos now. Thank you for watching this one. Like, subscribe, hit notifications. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.